So I give you Geoff Brown.
Yes, good evening everybody. You know, I won't be favouring you with the Wurzels tonight, you'll be pleased to hear. I'm going to do a love song instead, if I can stop bashing this microphone around. Well, you can hear the hoofbeat sound as they raced across the ground, and the rattle of the wheels as they went round and round, as he galloped into Market Street with his badge upon his chest. His name was Ernie, and he drove the fastest milk cart in the West. Now Ernie loved a widow, a lady known as Sue. She lived all alone in Lindley Lane at number 22. They said she was too good for him. She was haughty, proud and chic. But Ernie had his cocoa there 3 times every week. They called him Ernie. Thank you. And he drove the fastest milk cart in the West. She said, I'd like to bathe in milk. He said, all right, sweetheart. And when he finished work that day, he loaded up the cart. He said, do you want it pasteurised? 'Cause pasteurised is best. She said, Ernie, I'll be happy if it comes up to me chest. That tickled Ernie. And he drove the fastest milk cart in the West. Now Ernie had a rival, an evil-looking man called 2-Ton Ted from Teddington, and he drove the baker's van. He tempted her with his treacle tarts, his tasty oatmeal bread, and when she seen the size of his hot meat pies, it really turned her head. He was on the make with his Dundee cake, and he said, if you see me right, you'll have hot rolls every morning and crumpet every night. He knew when she'd seen his macaroons, he'd have his wicked way, and all Ernie had to offer was a pint of milk a day. Poor old Ernie. And he drove the fastest milk cart in the West. One morning Ted saw Ernie's awesome cart outside her door. It drove him mad to see it was still there at 4:30. So he leapt out from his van, and hot blood through his veins did course. And he went across to Ernie's cart, and he didn't half kick his horse. His name was Trigger. That's the get the timing right. And he drove the fastest milk cart in the West. Now Ernie ran into the street with his gold tops in his hand. He said, if you want to marry Susie, you gotta fight for her like a man. Oh, why don't we play cards for her? Ted sneeringly replied. And just to make it interesting, we'll have a shilling on the side. So Ernie dragged him from his van, and 'neath the blazing sun, they stood there face to face, and Ted went for his bun. But Ernie was too quick for him. Things didn't go the way Ted planned, and a well-placed strawberry yoghurt sent it spinning from his hand. So Susie ran into the street and she tried to tear him apart, but a 3-day-old rock cake caught Ernie underneath the art. As he doubled up in agony, the concrete hardened crust of a stale pork pie caught him in the eye, and Ernie bit the dust. Poor old Ernie. Ernie. And he drove the fastest milk cart in the West. Now Ernie was only 68, he didn't wanna die. Now he's gone to make deliveries in that milk round in the sky, where the customers are angels and ferocious dogs are banned, and a milkman's life is full of fun in that fairy dairy land. But a woman's ways are fickle, and soon she married Ted. But strange things happen to them on their wedding night in bed. Is that the rustling of the leaves or the creaking of the gate? Or is it Ernie's ghostly gold tops are rattling in their crate? They won't forget Ernie. And he drove the fastest milk car in